Homie, I'm all pro, and you're just an amateur. You can try as hard as you can, but you can't handle us. I'm waiting at the pick and signing autographs. I'm always in first place, you always in the back. Homie, I'm all pro, and you're just an amateur. You can try as hard as you can, but you can't handle us. I'm waiting at the pick and signing autographs. I'm always in first place, you always in the back. Homie, I'm all pro.
Hello, All Pro Wrestling Sheep. I am Matthew Theall, the greatest mind of professional wrestling. That over there, that is Shane STOLI.
Good morning, All Pro Wrestling fans. How is everybody doing today?
We're fine, I'm sure they're saying, I guess. They can't, this isn't a conversation, but look at this opening contest. Will Rood versus Alexis Darevko.
That's right, the Russian Wolf taking on the young up-and-comer here in All Pro Wrestling. And in our next match, we've got the Battle of the Pioneers. Bad boy Boyce Legrand taking on James Watkins.
Oh, man, Boyce Legrand and James Watkins have not exactly been getting along over the last couple of weeks here in APW, so this is really their first sanctioned opportunity to beat the snot out of each other.
And in our main event, we have got two behemoths squaring off as Vennis DeMarco takes on Rick Luxury in an Italian punishment match.
Oh.
This one I can't wait for, Matthew.
The rules are simple. Handcuff your opponent to one of the corners and you win the match, and then you have the right to do whatever you want to him.
It's scary and it's going to be intense, and I'm really looking forward to it. But we're getting right to action here as Alexis Darevko gets set to make his way to ringside. So who are you picking in this one, Matthew?
It's a little tough. Will Rood, I hear, is sporting a new haircut. I'm sure we're going to see that pretty soon. But the Russian Wolf, Alexis Darevko. Look at him. And there he is, Alexis Darevko, all the APW sheep chanting USA, USA, and you wonder why they call him sheep. But there you go, Alexis Darevko. He trained in the frozen tundras of the motherland of Mother Russia.
Really? I didn't know that.
He wrestled bears in the snow with his brother Sasha.
Wrestled bears?
Yes, I have that, I read that in the autobiography of Alexis Darevko, hitting newsstands soon.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that about him. All I know is he's a fierce competitor. He and his brother Sasha are serious competitors wherever they go, and have had some fantastic matches here in All Pro Wrestling, but he's going up against an All Pro Wrestling Boot Camp graduate in Will Rood, and Will Rood's talents have really stepped it up a level here in the last few months.
When I heard that Will Rood was going to come out here with a new haircut, I didn't think it would be as ridiculous as what I'm looking at right now.
I don't think it's ridiculous. I think it's new. I think it's unique. It sets him apart from the other wrestlers we have here.
No. Not to interrupt you, but Alexis Darevko jumping Will Rood before the bell.
That's a smart move when it comes to somebody like Will Rood. I mean, like I said, Will Rood has really been stepping up his game. He's had to, taking on a competitor like Dave Dutra these last few months. And Alexis Darevko, very smart on his part to get in there and get the early advantage on Will Rood.
And you also have to remember and understand that the first year that Will Rood was here in APW, he was tailing the boss Derek Sanders. He's a multiple-time champion. Will Rood had to have learned almost everything he knows from Derek Sanders.
Big elbow drop by Alexis Darevko. It goes for an early pin.
No, he's choking him. He's choking him.
It looked like he was going to go for a pin there, but there we go, two, and Will Rood kicks out strong.
But Alexis Darevko showing everything that he's about here in the early stages of this match, raking the eyes, choking, jumping Will Rood before the bell. He's out for a victory.
Catching Will Rood off guard is key to Alexis Darevko's strategy, clearly, because Will Rood is not only is he gaining experience, but he's getting bigger and bigger every time we see him here. Oh, Will Rood slips out. Quick roll up by Will Rood, 2 count.
It's only a 2 count. Will Rood, though, surprising. Oh my goodness. Jeez.
Big clothesline by Alexis Darevko. Took his head right off. Goes for another pin. I've heard that forearm in the face is just, it adds insult to injury there when you're going for the pin.
It hurts. It's distracting. The first thing you feel is the pain on your face. You don't really, that's another 2 count. Will Rood able to kick out. But like I was saying, you feel the pain on the face. You're not thinking about the count.
Big right hand by Alexis Darevko. That's just vicious. Alexis Darevko just coming off of that feud with Jody Christopherson and the Sons of Texas, looking to make a name for himself and try and gain back a little bit of credibility after that big loss.
Alexis Darevko poking the eyes of Will Rood. Rood was expecting another. Oh, no, and now he's scratching the back. Oh, that's painful. That's
unnecessary is what that is, Matthew.
It sends a very clear, direct message, and that's what Alexis Darevko is clearly doing in this match. This match isn't just for Will Rood. Of course, a victory would be great, but he's sending a message to the locker room that Alexis Darevko is not playing games.
Big forearm by Will Rood rocks Darevko back into the corner, fires off with a big boot. Gonna pull him out, whip him to the corner. Here comes Rood with the big body press. Oh, looked like Darevko tried to catch him there, but couldn't get a hold of him.
Oh man, Will Rood knocking the lights out.
Hooks the leg, 2. That was a good solid pin. I'm surprised that Will Rood didn't get the 3 count, but there's still too much gas left in the tank on Darevko here.
But Will Rood now in control of this match. He's got Darevko whipping him across the ring.
Oh, going to the well once too often, catches the big boot. Now Darevko with another big right hand, just laying into Will Rood. This is where Alexis Darevko really shines. You do not want to go toe-to-toe with the Russian Bear.
Oh, a big chop by Alexis Darevko. He must be playing games with Will Rood at this point. The chops and the strikes, and Darevko's been on point this entire match.
Reversal by Rood. Oh, big spine buster. Caught Darevko off guard, gets the 2 count.
And Will Rood not quite sure what to do at this point. Darevko has been in control of the majority of this match.
Both men are weary, but Will Rood back to his feet first. Darevko trying to fight out of whatever Will Rood had in store for him. Another big right hand.
Now, this match has been pretty much a brawl since the beginning of it. I wonder if Will Rood had come into it expecting a wrestling match and getting a fight instead.
I don't see how you would come into a match with Darevko expecting a wrestling match. I mean, I think it's a mistake on Will Rood's part to go toe-to-toe with Darevko. I think that you fight his game and you're going to wind up flat on your back in no time.
Well, Will Rood's still in the losing end of this battle so far. Darevko choking Will Rood. But we got to go to commercial break, folks. We will be back after these.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? The APW Bootcamp Training School is accepting applicants for pro wrestlers, managers, valets, and referees. All Pro Wrestling home APW Bootcamp is where future legends are born. For the last 19 years, APW has been the leader in talent development. Top graduates include The Great Khali, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley, and Alyssa Flash. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396.
We are back, All Pro Wrestling Sheep, and Will Rood with a jumping neckbreaker onto Alexis Darevko.
Will Rood going to the top rope, waste a little bit of time here. You got to move quick. I realize that Darevko's not the fastest guy, but
he's thinking frog splash. I know that.
Here it is, big frog splash. Hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's it.
Will Rood gets the victory.
And the winner by pinfall in 4 minutes and 13 seconds, Will Rood.
We came back just in time. Will Rood picks up the victory over Alexis Darevko with the frog splash.
Oh, that is a surprising outcome. Alexis Darevko beat the snot out of Will Rood the entire time.
You could tell the work that Will Rood has been putting in the gym, and as well as the ring time that Will Rood has been putting in here at All Pro Wrestling has really paid off, and it definitely paid off big today against the Russian Wolf, Alexis Darevko.
Garage, give it up for your winner, Will Rood! Now, Will, normally I would love to get your thoughts on this match, but I know you've been calling out Double D Dave Dutra these past few weeks, and we have finally heard back from him via video response. So, production, let's put up Double D's video for Will Rood.
Now look what's happened to Will Rood. Hope you're watching at home, Will. Take your time. When you step back in, I'm going to knock you back out.
Will, heed my advice and just stay at home, Will. Because if you get back in the ring, you're going to cross paths with me, and I'm going to put you right back on the DL where you belong. I was trying to help out Will, and he literally turned his back on me when I was trying to give him good advice. I guess I'm not close enough of a friend to Will. I'm not in his clique. I'm not in his rude crew.
You should have had the street smarts to know that I warned you twice and you shouldn't have stepped in the ring with me, but you did, and look what happened, Will.
I've prepared a short little video for you to prove why you don't get a shot. You don't deserve a shot against Dave Dutra. You know, well, I can really watch that video over and over, watch myself beat you verbally, physically, every single day. It'll never get old for me. But what does get old is hearing you constantly complain and whine and beg to have another match with me. Clearly in that video you already saw that I've beaten you 4 times. Clearly in that video you saw that I warned you numerous occasions to not get in my way. But you don't listen, Will. But I hope you're listening now. I hope everyone else is listening too, because here's my answer to your request. No. No. No, you don't deserve a match with me. I don't care if you just want a match. I don't care if you go in on a couple more matches. I've beaten you 4 times, and that's proof that you're not in my league. So again, as far as wrestling Double D in the near future, the answer is no.
Well, I think we know the Garage's reaction to what Double D had to say. Will, let's get your reaction to what you just saw.
You know, Dave, you got something right. We can't get along, but if you look around here, I got each and every member. You know, Dave, we've had our differences in the past. You beat me a couple times. But Dave, we all saw the Christmas chaos, but you hooked the bottom rope. So Dave,
Let me guess, you don't like it.
Dave, I don't like it. We like it, You know what, dudes? I'm gonna make this real short and simple. Let's do something what we do for my hood. Let's do something Dave Douchebag Dutra. I'm issuing you a challenge. You knocked me out once. Let's see if you can knock me out again. Dutra, here's an open challenge to you, me, and a last man standing match. Let's see if we can get that knockout just one more time. Dutra, you and I in this ring, last man standing. Let's see if you can knock me out one more time. And when it's all said and done, Dutra, I'll be standing over you, looking at you, maybe a couple teeth missing. Dutra, that's just rude.
Wow, Will Rood laying out the challenge to Dave Dutra, last man standing.
Gutsy move by Will Rood, considering, as Dave Dutra pointed out, he's beaten him on numerous times. But we'll find out more about that in just a little bit. We've got to take a commercial break.
Are you or your son or daughter celebrating a birthday soon? There's no better way to celebrate a birthday than to throw the birthday person a pro wrestling themed birthday party. We have several packages available, including renting our facility with a customized pro wrestling show. Bring your birthday cake and invite your guests to attend a private pro wrestling birthday party. If you are interested in having All Pro Wrestling be a part of your birthday celebration, give us a call at 510-785-8396 or visit the website at www.allprowrestling.com.
Hello, All Pro Wrestling faithful. I am Matthew Theall, the greatest mind in professional wrestling, and this is your APW News Break here. Here are your headlines. The Pick the Winner Battle Royal is coming in 4 short weeks, and the winner is going to have an opportunity to face Jekyll for the Universal Heavyweight Championship. This is an opportunity of a lifetime that the All-Stars, of course, are going to take full advantage of. But the current champion Jekyll does have a few things to say about his potential opponent. So let's go to that now.
I see you are back to your former selves after what Larry Blackwell did to you, but I wouldn't worry about Larry Blackwell anymore because he is gone. Larry's gone and he will never hurt you guys again. In fact, he will never do anything again here in APW or anywhere else for that matter. So, let me ask you all, how have you been? Good. How have I been? I've been good. 2011 has been a good year for me. I still hold that shiny belt. And I will never lose it. And you know what's upon us? Do you know what's upon us? The annual Pick the Winner Battle Royal. Why do I care, you ask? Let me tell you why I care. Because it is for a shot. The winner of that battle royal gets a shot at me and my belt, but they can't take it from me. In fact, I've hidden the belt and they'll never take it from me. You say that they can still take it, even though I've hidden it? Well, then I guess it doesn't matter who wins the Pick the Winner Battle Royal. But this is one of my favorite events. Why? Why, you ask? Let me tell you why. Because the Pick the Winner Battle Royal brings out everyone's animalistic instinct. In that I mean it turns friends against each other. It turns brothers against each other. How does it do that? Because it's every man for himself. And I love that animalistic nature. I live by it. But it is not the survival of the fittest. It is the survival of the smartest. You have to know when to capitalize. You have to know when to throw everyone out. Do I have something to say to the winner? Well, of course I do. Whoever wins the Pick the Winner Battle Royal, you may think that that's a war. But you can ask Larry Blackwell if you can find him. You can ask Timothy Thatcher. You can ask Dylan Drake. And you can ask AJ Kirsch. When you step into the ring with me, that is when the real battle begins.
The six-man tag to open up Christmas Chaos, and it was a good end to 2011.
What's the future hold for AJ Kirsch?
You know, the future as far as APW is concerned, I had a good run as a tag team champion a couple years ago, but I've yet to hold any singles gold as far as APW is concerned. So I got my sights set on that Internet Championship, but more than anything, I'm gunning for that Universal Heavyweight Championship. Tonight, regardless of whether it's Larry Blackwell or Jekyll's the Jester, I got my crosshairs on them, and
in 2 weeks' time, there is a match scheduled between myself and Omega, the Carnival of Shadows, against AJ Kirsch and a mystery opponent. AJ, I know you took some time away to film your little show, but while you were gone, they started calling me the puppet master, and the reason is I pull the strings. And if you think for 1 second you're gonna use one of my games against me, no. If you do not reveal who your partner is, there will be no match. We simply will not show.
You know, I couldn't help but laugh when I heard that Corvus was making demands that I reveal who my surprise tag team partner is when I face off against him and Omega, the Carnival of Shadows. The Carnival of Shadows who jumped me from behind like a couple of emo punks. So Corvus, to answer your question, I'm not going to tell you who my tag team partner is. You can't make demands with AJ Kirsch. You have no grounds to make those kind of demands. And as far as I'm concerned, you're just going to have to wait and sweat it out until I make the big reveal. You know what? I'm not going to make you wait until I see you in that ring. I'm going to tell the whole world who my tag team partner is. And let me tell you this. He's big, he's bad, and he's thirsty for blood. You're not going to like it. You're not going to find out who it is. And if you make good on your threat to not show up here at All Pro Wrestling, as far as I'm concerned, APW is a far better place without the Carnival of Shadows than it is with it. So make all the demands you want. All you're telling me right now is that you're terrified. And you should be.
We are back. Second match of Gym Wars. James Watkins is coming out.
James Watkins, one of the more vicious men in all pro wrestling history, an APW pioneer, of course.
From El Paso, Texas, weighing 223 pounds, James Watkins.
I like James Watkins' style. I really do.
He's a former multiple-time Universal Heavyweight Champion. Just a mean streak a mile wide on this guy, right?
He does have a mean streak a mile wide, and it gets him everything that he wants. He's in a match with Boyce Legrand, and you said he's a multiple-time champion here in All Pro Wrestling. I think that mean streak has done a lot for him.
Absolutely. Well, Boyce Legrand, a multiple-time tag team champion as well, so he's no slouch either. One of the most dominant tag teams in All Pro Wrestling history. Boyce Legrand and Robert Thompson, of course, along with Icebox, their manager, with the West Side Players 2000. One of the longest winning streaks of any tag teams in All Pro Wrestling history, for sure.
What I see here is a slideshow. Who does a slideshow?
Oh, that's not very nice, Matthew Theall. What the heck?
From Vallejo, California, weighing 212 pounds, Bad Boy, Boyce Legrand.
There's Boyce Legrand. Everybody's favorite, I guess.
You don't seem to be a fan, Matthew.
Well, you know, I mean, he's bald.
I don't know. He used to be quite the vicious competitor as well.
Well, and then something happened. He took some time off, and suddenly he missed everyone. He missed the ring. He missed All Pro Wrestling. He missed Roland Alexander. Now he's back, giving people high fives. And now James Watkins is going to rip him to shreds.
I'm very interested to see how this match plays out, because both of these guys can take it a little bit dirty when they need to, and both these guys have superior technical wrestling skills as well.
Now we know that James Watkins can take it dirty when he needs to, but does Boyce Legrand still have it in him?
I don't think you ever lose that. I mean, as you recall, a couple weeks ago we were watching Vennis DeMarco and go at it in the ring, and his natural instinct was to grab the hair, and those instincts never go away. It just all depends on how you relate to the fans.
And there's the bell. This match is underway. James Watkins obviously into this match.
Boyce Legrand has the height advantage, but I got to give the strength advantage to James Watkins in this one. Boyce just a little bit taller, but James is just looking a little bit stronger there.
Ooh, nice.
Nice arm drag by Boyce Legrand.
Well, I would say that the time away from the ring that James Watkins had, he's still continuing his training regimen in the gym.
Absolutely. He's looking good. It looks like he has not missed a day. You know, that's what a big downfall.
Ooh, leg drop from the top rope onto James Watkins' arm.
Going for a quick pin, 2.
Maybe you were right about the mean streak of Boyce Legrand. That wasn't too nice.
Right back into that arm wringer. Oh, wearing out the shoulder and elbow.
If anybody knows James Watkins, it is Boyce Legrand.
Absolutely. These guys have faced off many times in the past. Tag team matches, singles matches. Got to go back into your All Pro Wrestling vaults to check some of those out. Of course, on youtube.com/allprowrestling, you can see some of those great matches.
Quick exchange between Legrand and Watkins. Legrand, whoa, hip toss, bringing James Watkins down.
Boyce setting him up for something big. Oh, another big arm drag by Boyce Legrand. Japanese arm drag. Just catching James coming and going with that one there. Goes for another cover. 1, 2.
Kick out by James Watkins. Still alive in this match so far, but Boyce Legrand clearly having a strong strategy heading into this one.
I feel like referee Toby was moving a little bit slow on that one. If he'd been a little bit quicker. Oh!
Over the top rope, just bringing James Watkins' arm over it.
The meat streak is still there, Matthew Theall. What did I tell you?
You were right. What can I say?
Oh, going for another big arm drag. Oh! Inverted DDT by Watkins, and the tide shifts just that quick.
It's a desperation move by James Watkins to allow himself a moment to think, a moment to breathe, a moment to readdress the situation, and now he's on his feet, and Boyce Legrand is down.
You know, these guys have had a few disagreements ever since when Boyce came back. James Watkins wearing out Boyce Legrand. Ever since Boyce Legrand came back, James Watkins had that, I think it may have been a little bit of professional jealousy, decided he wanted to come back. Boyce actually stood up for him and paid the price.
And he's continuing to pay the price to this day.
Absolutely. James Watkins is just tearing into him, choking him on the ropes now. Referee Toby counting there.
James Watkins understands the rules of professional wrestling to a T, and he can work them like no one else.
That's very true. Not only that, but he's a master of manipulating the referee inside the squared circle as well.
Now Watkins looking to whip Legrand across the ring into the turnbuckle, coming off the ropes. Neck breaker.
Boyce Legrand is really in trouble at this point. James Watkins needs to take the advantage, though, when he's got it.
There's something to say about making sure that the people know exactly what you're all about. Cover here.
Didn't hook the leg.
People's pins.
The pin is the key to victory. How could you not?
Not for James Watkins. James Watkins is a submission technician, sir.
I understand that, but you still have, when you get that opportunity to get the win, you take it.
You're going to argue with the greatest mind of professional wrestling.
Oh, big forearm followed up by a big chop by James Watkins. Boyce Legrand firing back with a chop of his own.
Oh, and a well-placed thumb to the eye will always change the scenery.
There's no question about that, Matthew. I mean, if you can't see, you can't fight.
Now Watkins continuing with the attack on the eyeballs of Boyce Legrand. Setting him up here for a backbreaker, perhaps? Side slam.
That's the thing. James Watkins has so many weapons in his repertoire. 1, 2.
2 counts.
So many weapons that you never know what he's going to hit you with.
Now Watkins looks like he's going up to the top rope, though.
Wow, this is very rare territory for James Watkins.
I wonder what's on his demented, twisted mind.
Lots of pain for Boyce Legrand. That's all he's thinking.
Ooh, but he waited too long.
Yeah, just moving a bit too slow there. Talking to the fans a little bit too much. And James Watkins in a bad way here right now. Big slam off of the top rope. Now Watkins is in a world of hurt.
Legrand collapsed just after that. Is he going to have the strength to crawl over, hook the leg, and get the pin?
Both men are in a lot of trouble. Referee Toby administering the count here.
It seems like the APW sheep are trying to get behind Boyce Legrand, or maybe James Watkins. Go, Boyce! Go, James!
James Watkins getting to his feet a little bit quicker than Boyce. This could be trouble. Oh, Boyce firing up. Blocks the punch and comes back with a trio of his own. Fires Watkins off the ropes. Hits the big clothesline.
Ooh, standing drop kick.
Nice drop kick by Boyce Legrand.
Wow. Now, Boyce Legrand, too, he's got those long legs. He can hit that drop kick from pretty much anywhere in the ring.
I remember one time, ducks the clothesline by Watkins and comes off with the big spinning heel kick. Watkins made a return to APW. 1, 2.
Ooh, 2 count. Not enough to get James Watkins.
I'm sorry, what I was going to say was Boyce had made a return to APW and actually came out of the balcony where their fans sit now and nailed Robert Thompson with a big side kick out from the second story of the Jim Moore's facility.
Crisscross, James Watkins jumping over, leapfrog by Boyce Legrand, and a power slam out of nowhere, turning that into a cover, and that's a 2 count.
Oh, James Watkins just barely got out on that one.
Legrand is just as surprised as everybody else that Watkins was able to kick out of that one.
Getting Boyce back up, Boyce getting James back up to a vertical vase, firing in another couple forearms there. Fires him off, reversal by Watkins. Watkins comes in and meets the big boot. Oh, ducks the clothesline. Oh, vicious suplex by Watkins.
This is, again, James Watkins still being a little slow in the uptake. Crawling over to get that pin.
Well, after the punishment, he's 2
count again. Boyce Legrand kicking out.
After the punishment Watkins has been through, I can understand moving a little bit slow, but that's you're right. That's definitely what cost him the pin there.
He needs to shake his head. He needs to clear his mind. He needs to get the cobwebs out, work on those aching muscles, and he needs to come in for the attack and beat Boyce Legrand before Legrand has an opportunity, like he's taking now, to change momentum.
Out of that Cobra Clutch submission hold, the James Watkins into the side leg drop, 2, and
just a 2 count. One
so
more time. And
Boyce
getting Boyce Legrand he's yelling, come on! He's wondering what he has to do to put James Watkins out.
I'm beginning to wonder myself here at this point. James Watkins is showing a surprising amount of guts here in this match.
Of course, Legrand not listening to the referee's count. Toby getting up to 3 before taking Watkins off the ropes.
Tell that Boyce is very frustrated at this point. Here he comes, going for the super kick.
Oh! James Watkins got, wow, that was a low blow.
And the winner by disqualification in 7 minutes and 14 seconds, Bad Boy Boyce Legrand.
You know, James Watkins looks like that may have been an accident.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Low blow right in front of the referee.
There is so much going on at any point in this match. And James Watkins, he doesn't want the match to end. That's why he's trying to continue it.
So why did he kick him in the mommy daddy button?
It was an accident. Limbs are flying everywhere. He just happened to catch him in a bad place. But Watkins, he doesn't want the match to be over. He wants to win it legitimately.
Oh, who's that?
That's Vennis DeMarco.
What is Vennis DeMarco coming in to make the save for Boyce Legrand, firing in with those...
Or interfering with this 5-star match.
Vennis DeMarco coming to the defense of his longtime friend, Boyce Legrand.
Well, Vennis DeMarco is an APW pioneer in his own right.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been here for quite some time and
fighting off James Watkins.
Sending James Watkins on the run.
I'm sorry that Vennis DeMarco interfered in this match. Very upset by that.
The match was over, Matthew.
You don't know what you're talking about. It was clearly going to continue.
Referee Toby had called for the bell.
We got to go to commercial break. We'll just discuss this.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? The APW Bootcamp Training School is accepting applicants for pro wrestlers, managers, valets, and referees. All Pro Wrestling home APW Bootcamp is where future legends are born. For the last 19 years, APW has been the leader in talent development. Top graduates include The Great Khali, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley, and Alyssa Flash. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396.
Hello, all pro wrestling faithful. Matthew Theall told me it would be for the best if I
kept you all updated on my condition.
All right, APW faithful,
And,
the
judging from
action
the
of
look
Gym
of
Wars
these
continues
X-rays,
next week when we see Out of Control Matt Carlos take on
no
Flex
idea how to read
Owen.
X-rays.
Should be a fantastic
But
matchup. First time
I
we're going to
can
see
tell you
Flex
that
Owen.
my
I'm
rib is
fairly
still
interested
very
to see
sore.
what's going on
We've
with
just-
that
I'm
guy.
not
I've
gonna
seen a
forget
number
this.
of
When I
video
come back,
clips of him on YouTube. I look forward to this
looking
match.
for
This will be a good
revenge.
pairing against Matt Carlos.
We've also got Mr. Wrestling number 4, the man from Atlanta, Georgia, taking on the Rock of Love, Billy Blade.
Now, Mr. Wrestling number 4, the next in a long line of former internet champions that Billy Blade has gone up against, and maybe he could get the victory one more time next week.
Billy Blade, a former Universal Tag Team champion, but never held singles gold.
And the main event next week,
Rick
Dylan
Luxury
Drake, former
getting
Universal
set to
Heavyweight
make his way
Champion,
to the
taking
ring
on
to take
Mikey
on
J.
Vennis DeMarco in our main event today, the Italian Punishment match.
Well, this is big. This is exciting. We've never seen this in All Pro Wrestling before. This is an Italian punishment match. There are no rules in this match, Shane.
No rules. Can you explain the match? to
All
me
right,
and the
okay,
fans?
fine. If you want to call it one rule, the rule is to get the victory, you have to handcuff your opponent to the turnbuckle. Once you do that, you are welcome to do whatever you want to him. Everything is sanctioned.
It's going to be a truly vicious match. Then I think that there's going to be a lot of violence in this match. I'm interested to see how this plays out.
And leading up to that handcuffing to the turnbuckle, there's no disqualification in this match.
Absolutely no disqualification. Really.
Not a one.
So Marcus Mack could play a major factor in this match.
Marcus Mack could make this a handicap match if he really wanted to. That real worldwide internet championship could be a factor in this. You can bring a steel cage in, you can bring a table, you can bring whatever you want. If you want to grab Donovan Troy and throw him at Vennis DeMarco, you can do that in this match.
The rules of this match remind me of a cage match I used to watch when I lived out in the Midwest. They would have teams of 4 going against each other in a steel cage, and the way you won was to handcuff your opponent's team to the steel cage.
I wonder if that started in Italy just like this match.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
There you go, Vennis DeMarco. He's pretty much out for blood in this match. The war between Vennis DeMarco and Rick Luxury has been well documented over the last couple of months, and it all started when Vennis DeMarco tried to retire.
Yeah, Vennis DeMarco was trying to come out here and announce his retirement. Rick Luxury came in and cut him off and said that Vennis DeMarco didn't even deserve time to say goodbye to the fans, and just leveled him. Just nasty sucker punch on Vennis DeMarco. Vennis DeMarco, understandably, that Italian temper that he has, he took it very personally, and he has been seeking revenge on Rick Luxury ever since.
And he came in, he interfered. I guess you could say he interfered the tail end of Rick Luxury's title defense against Colt Cabana.
You could call it interference?
Well,
what else would you call it, man?
Marcus Mack was in the ring. He had some powder in his hand, according to reports. I personally didn't see him myself. They say Vennis DeMarco was coming in for the save, but that's neither here nor there. This is the Italian punishment match here, Shane.
The following contest is the Italian Punishment Match. The rules of this match are as follows. Once an opponent is then locked into the handcuffs, anything goes. There's no pinfalls and no submissions. Introducing first, with his manager, the self-professed manager of the century, the no alternate pink of professional wrestling, Marcus Mack. From Sin City, Nevada, weighing 214 1/4 pounds. He is wrestling personified. Rick Luxury. And his opponent from Venice, Italy, weighing 230 pounds, Vennis DeMarco.
Both men dressed for war today. This isn't going to be a match. This is going to be a fight. Both these guys are just looking to kick the snot out of each other today.
There's 2 men in this ring, and neither one of them are wearing wrestling boots, sir.
That's very unique for All Pro Wrestling. We pride ourselves on the athletic competition.
Starting off not with a lockup, but with a couple of shoves, and Rick Luxury bailing out of the ring here in the very beginning of it. That's fine. It's okay.
Very smart strategy on Rick Luxury's part.
Rick Luxury wants to start this match on his own time.
Well, absolutely. In order to control the match, you have to control the pace of the match, and that's exactly what Rick Luxury is attempting to do right here. And Vennis DeMarco looks like he's a house of fire, Rick Luxury's trying to slow him down.
Oh, there's Vennis DeMarco, though, diving out through the top and middle rope right onto Rick Luxury in the war zone.
Rick Luxury takes one right on the chin, and then Vennis DeMarco just lays right into him.
Jeez. Vennis DeMarco not playing any of Rick Luxury's games in this match.
Nope. Didn't fall for it at all. Just laid right into it. Oh, Rick Luxury. Two big chair shots by Rick Luxury.
And there we go. The no disqualification factor of this match has come into play already.
Vennis DeMarco didn't want to play Rick's game, so he made him. Oh, both men firing back on each other. Rick Luxury wearing out the legs of Vennis DeMarco. Taking away that base, that's so important in so much of Vennis DeMarco's attack.
Hitting him up with that European uppercut, then choking him with that bandana. The vicious streak of Rick Luxury on full display here.
Cutting off the air and blood flow.
And if this is what he's doing to Vennis DeMarco now, what if Rick Luxury is able to handcuff him to the ropes? What is in store for Vennis DeMarco then?
There's nothing but pain, blues, and agony in Vennis DeMarco's future if that happens. Now, Rick and Vennis fighting to the corner. Looks like maybe Rick was planning on going for an early finish. But Vennis DeMarco fights back, fires Rick off the ropes. Big clothesline. Jeez. Just took his head right off with that one.
Vennis DeMarco there now trying to go for the victory there, but Rick Luxury knew what was going on.
So any way you can get your opponent into the handcuffs is a victory.
Yes, there are 4 handcuffs on each of the turnbuckles. 1 on each.
So even if you just catch him unawares and handcuff him, then that's a victory.
That is a victory. The only thing you need to do to win this match is handcuff your opponent to the turnbuckle.
That makes this match, you constantly have to be aware of where you are in the ring at all times.
Ring awareness is very important in this match, and if I was managing Rick Luxury, and I'm sure Marcus Mack told him this, stay away from the corners.
Yes, that's very good advice, because you just lose your place for a second and you're done.
Yes, but now I'm not sure exactly what to call this particular move, but Vennis DeMarco doing what he can to wear out Rick Luxury so he can get that victory.
An interesting modification of a sleeper hold type maneuver. Again, trying to cut off Rick Luxury's wind and blood flow to the brain and to the lungs.
Like I said in previous matches, a well-placed thumb to the eye will change the scenery and exactly what is had. And now we've got a street sign in the ring, Shane.
Looks like Rick Luxury's heading to the South Bay on Route 82.
He's coming in of Vennis DeMarco, and oh, man, just knocks the lights out of Vennis DeMarco with that 82 sign.
Rick Luxury wasting time here. Vennis DeMarco looks like he's out cold.
All Rick Luxury needs to do is drag the unconscious body of Vennis DeMarco to the corner, prop him up just a little bit, and get his arm in the turnbuckle.
It's going to be tough to do when Vennis DeMarco is laying there as dead weight. Oh, Vennis DeMarco comes to and fights back.
He's got some sort of ankle lock and choking.
Look, if this was a regular match, there would be Rick Luxury tapping out to Vennis DeMarco.
We will be back after these, folks.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? The APW Bootcamp Training School is accepting applicants for pro wrestlers, managers, valets, and referees. All Pro Wrestling home APW Bootcamp is where future legends are born. For the last 19 years, APW has been the leader in talent development. Top graduates include The Great Khali, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley, and Alyssa Flash. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396.
We are back, All Pro Wrestling Sheep. This Italian punishment match is continuing, and you can see from the street sign and the chairs, this is broken down into a fight.
Well, it's been a fight from the very beginning, Matthew. I don't know what you would classify
I
as a
saw
fight.
an armbar early on in this match. That was a wrestling hold.
Saw Vennis DeMarco dive out and throw Rick Luxury into the chairs.
I don't need your opinion, Shane, but look at this. Rick Luxury, sending Vennis DeMarco throat first onto the top of that chair. And the neck injuries that Vennis DeMarco has had throughout his career is well documented.
That's very true. Not only that, but just the recent neck injuries he's had and the damage that Rick Luxury specifically has done to the neck of Vennis DeMarco has been quite damaging.
But now, Rick Luxury he's got torment and torture on his mind. Looks like he's going to try to vertical suplex Vennis DeMarco into that street sign.
This can't be good. Blocked again by Vennis DeMarco.
A couple of shots to the abdomen. Oh my, Rick Luxury going through a steel chair and the highway sign.
That steel chair is it's wrecked. There's no way anybody can use that any longer. That steel chair has been destroyed by the back of Rick Luxury.
You know, if I was Commissioner J.J. Perez, I would fine Vennis DeMarco for damaging the property of APW.
But he had to be aware he's the one that signed this match, so there's no way he couldn't have known that this was going to happen.
No excuses.
Vennis DeMarco going for that victory, dragging Rick Luxury over to the corner with dead weight. How is he going to get his hand up high enough to get him in the handcuff so that he can get the victory in this match? Big right hand by Luxury. Levels Vennis DeMarco.
What was that? Oh, Rick Luxury has got the chain.
One of Rick Luxury's favorite weapons from a while ago. Haven't seen him use it recently, but
now he's choking Vennis DeMarco with that chain. He's setting him up edge of the corner. He's going for the victory here.
That's a smart way to do it. Don't level him completely, but get him over to the ropes, take him out.
It's got to be stride. Vennis DeMarco's fighting off as best he can.
So close.
No, a couple of well-placed elbows gets Vennis DeMarco out of that particular predicament.
Big boot to the gut. Now Vennis has the chain.
And he's wrapped it around his fist. This does not bode well for Rick Luxury.
Vennis DeMarco. Oh, big right hand. Vennis DeMarco, of course, no stranger to using that chain as a weapon either. His run with the Italian Mafia.
No, now he's being distracted by Marcus Mack, though. He cannot afford to be distracted.
Marcus Mack doing his job incredibly well there at ringside. But now he's in a lot of trouble. Vennis stalking him like a panther.
Marcus Mack running away. You saw that, right? Rick Luxury.
I saw that. I definitely saw that. Vennis is in for a beating right now.
Oh!
There you go. What'd they say?
Wow.
Man, Vennis is, honestly, I would say Vennis is lucky right now.
He's on the outside of the ring.
There's no way that Rick Luxury can win the match with the positioning of Vennis DeMarco. So
yeah, Rick Luxury is going to have to probably have Marcus Mack's help to pick up the unconscious body of Vennis DeMarco and put him back in the ring.
Rick Luxury picking Vennis DeMarco up and throwing him in the ring.
Look at that, all by himself. Never sell Rick Luxury short, people.
Rick Luxury has always impressed me as an athlete. I just question his tactics and his use of Marcus Mack as a manager.
But, oh, man. Vennis DeMarco coming off of the middle rope with a springboard back elbow. Didn't quite get the elbow, but enough contact was made to knock Rick Luxury down.
Now Vennis DeMarco has that sign and is about to give Rick Luxury a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. Rattles all the vertebrae up and down the spine with that big stop sign, not stop sign, the Highway 82 sign.
Now Vennis DeMarco, though, dragging Rick Luxury over to the corner, looking to get the handcuff on, but Marcus Mack interfering. Not sure if he raked the eyes of Vennis DeMarco.
It looked like he got the eyes, that's for sure. Now Rick Luxury back on top with that big boot to the gut.
Sending Vennis into the corner. This is, again, another very dangerous position for Vennis DeMarco to be in.
Looks like he's getting close to getting that handcuff on. Vennis DeMarco able to fight out, though, using a little bit of his old style Vennis DeMarco move there.
Oh, he's got Rick Luxury up on his shoulders. Oh!
Big Death Valley driver there by Vennis DeMarco. Leveled, absolutely leveled Rick Luxury. Rick Luxury looks like he's on Dream Street now.
Luxury now, though, in the middle of the ring. Vennis DeMarco looking like he's preparing for some sort of elbow, probably that elbow drop.
I think that this is a mistake. He's giving Rick Luxury way too much time to recover.
Way too much time. He's also in the middle of the ring. He needs to drag Rick Luxury over to the corner and put the handcuff on. Look like Rick Luxury's helping him out as much as he can, though, rolling over to the corner. That's where that ring awareness comes in. It's very important.
Well, Rick Luxury clearly just trying to get away from the onslaught of Vennis DeMarco at this point, but you know, you're absolutely right. In this type of match, getting closer to the ropes is more of a mistake than staying in the center of the ring.
Now Vennis going for that chair shot, but Rick Luxury gets him right now. Low blow.
Going downstairs with that shot, Rick Luxury.
And unlike the previous match we just saw, that was completely legal.
Absolutely. Not only that, but it gives Rick Luxury the advantage right back. Without a doubt, there's pretty much nothing that Vennis DeMarco is going to be able to do for the next couple minutes.
Oh, no, Rick Luxury, Rick Luxury putting DeMarco's head in the steel chair.
This cannot be good. Sparky's got to step in. I mean,
There are no rules in this match, though, Shane. What is Sparky going to do?
But personal safety has got to take a front seat in a situation like this.
It looks like Sparky's not happy about it, but he's not doing anything about it.
I have to disagree with that decision. Oh, but Vennis DeMarco able to slide out of the way. Thank God.
Just in time, able to get out of the way of the diving leg drop by Rick Luxury.
Marcus Mack there encouraging his man to get to his feet and continue the advantage.
Giving him some sort of instruction. The first man back to his feet, though, is going to have the advantage, and Vennis DeMarco is first.
Rick Luxury looks to be in a bad way. Just this match has taken such a vicious toll on both men. That Route 82 sign again coming into play.
Look, DeMarco setting up for the face spank. He's got to have cruel intentions on his mind with that street sign.
Rick Luxury is in a bad way here if he doesn't fight out of this. Oh my God.
Face spank right on the Highway 82 sign.
Vennis DeMarco has one objective here, is to drag Rick Luxury to that corner and handcuff him into the ropes and then lay into him. It looks to be all over. Rick Luxury is done.
Down and out.
Just dead weight as Vennis DeMarco drags him into that corner, trying desperately to get him up high enough.
We got Marcus Mack trying to interfere one more time, but
and there's nothing Sparky Ballard can do about that either.
No, but Rick Luxury was able to grab that chain and he just decked Vennis DeMarco with it.
Fires him
DeMarco
off.
coming up.
Close like
backcracker out of nowhere.
Beautiful backcracker by Rick Luxury just takes Vennis DeMarco completely out of the game.
Vennis DeMarco sailing through that air with that second rope springboard.
Went to the well once too often, and now he's paying the price.
And that's it. The match is over.
And the winner of the Italian punishment match in 14 minutes and 56 seconds, wrestling personified, Rick Luxury.
Well, this was a fight tonight, but Rick Luxury definitely earned that nickname, wrestling per.
He just whipped Vennis DeMarco across the face with that belt.
Oh my, that's just nasty.
Now Marcus Mack coming into play as well, and just
adding insult to injury on a
DeMarco
is handcuffed. Vennis DeMarco.
DeMarco is defenseless. He is in those handcuffs.
Rick Luxury.
Very proud of what he's doing.
I have to admit, as much as I hate to, I am impressed with that backcracker that Rick Luxury hit Vennis DeMarco with off of the back elbow. I didn't see that coming.
He did. Won the match for him, and now Rick Luxury can do whatever he wants to his fallen out. Look at that. That is James Watkins.
I think that Vennis DeMarco is in for a little bit of hurt after interfering in Watkins' match just a little bit earlier in the program. Look at him. Look at him laying into Vennis DeMarco. Helpless Vennis DeMarco.
James Watkins getting revenge. He's doing exactly what any man should do and get in and get his retribution of Vennis DeMarco. And there's Boyce Legrand
coming out to make the save. Tearing into James Watkins and just leveling him. Takes him off his feet onto the mat, and both men roll out of the ring.
So when did Vennis DeMarco and Boyce Legrand become best friends?
Well, I'm sure they've patched things up over the years, but look at Boyce Legrand laying into James Watkins.
This is ridiculous.
James Watkins beating a quick retreat here, but Boyce Legrand having nothing of it, just laying into him.
And every time James Watkins tries to make a statement here in APW, Boyce Legrand is there to beat him up. It's not fair.
Vennis DeMarco still out on the mat. Sparky Ballard looking for help. That's all we have time for today, Gym Wars fans. Make sure and join us back here next week as Dylan Drake takes on Mikey J.